Well. First, let me introduce myself. Archbishop Richard Forskin here, speaking to the atheists, religious, and so-called skeptics. All of your minds have become septic. Just a little reminder of pretty much what your brains look like, your minds. Pretty much like a rock. Just keeps lighting up and permeating with your feelings and emotions. Your thoughts bouncing off of each other like a bunch of parrots. That's you like to call it parroting, don't you? Let's get rid of this for a moment, shall we? So, actually I'll keep it lit. I kind of like it. Gives it a little bit better lighting. The atheists are bashing the Christians again, and the Christians are trying to make people believe them. Well, not all atheists. Let me particularly talk about usually the so-called skeptics. Yes, those two. Also, I was watching Christy Burke here. Should we tolerate faith? See what some of the comments look. I mean, I came from a similar background. It took me longer to escape. She came from a Southern Baptist. I came from an independent fundamental Baptist evangelism explosion church.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Kristen.
You're all friends? Just why? Because you're atheists and so-called skeptics? Turn the sound up.
They're conservative, evangelical, and fundamentalist Christian ideologies. I was raised Southern Baptist as an evangelical Christian for all of my life until I became an adult, and then I realized I no longer believed any of it. And it was not...
Stop right there. Jeez. Oh, man. I wore a Jesus First pin. Yes, was it this side or this side? Anyway, I wore a Jesus First pin at school because it was recommended by the pastor, One-Eyed Farmer Mariner, if you're still out there. I heard he's somewhere in Jersey right now. One-Eyed Farmer. Yeah, and one eye, too. So, yeah, he convinced me in door-to-door speaking because he used the verse in Ezekiel, but that's another story about blood will be on your hands. But God will let you go after all you told him, but you'll be okay. So anyway, that's a long story. I've done it in other. People don't know me. You can look back at the other. But let's see what the comment section looks here. I respect every religious person who respects my freedoms of religion. As it should be. Christie says, texts. I don't know what tone of voice it is. It's text. The authors of confusion use it all the time throughout history as long as it's been writing. How convenient. Good one, but only respect means the religious person does not believe somewhere deep down inside that I, as a non-believer, is not going to hell, which would actually defeat the purpose of them having that religion. It's a twirling around that I prefer not to get involved with. Yes. Is there such thing as a freedom from religion? Can you prove to me that this so-called right actually exists? Let's see. Where's the ones that I wanted to say? Anyway. God is not the one truly being. Get over yourself. God... The Christian God is not the one true God, true being. Get over yourself. Yes, I agree. The same exact for me as well. Bunch of bot comments, in my opinion. Easy if one doesn't go to church. Separation of church and state. I'm not a Christian as the others. Superstition. If you want to jump off a cliff for Jesus, I am less concerned. The problem is when you want to take other people with you for the sake of your false beliefs. Okay, that's a start right there. So-called skeptics, you believe the beep, beep, Joker's poker work, didn't you? You are a skeptic, aren't you? How long did it take you, if it even did you realize that it didn't really work? Or were you questioning whether it worked or not? Or were you being jerked a lot? So-called skeptics. How long? I mean, you said on one of your shows, one of you said, I'm ready to admit when I'm wrong. But you guys, so-called skeptics, don't tell when you have a show about when you're wrong. Why is it always picking on religion? If you're so-called skeptic, why don't you talk about things like what went on for 4 years with Dr. Tony Elf? Why don't I hear different opinions? Why do somehow on the Athiest channel they somehow all agree that Dr. Tony is a hero? How is that even? It's unfalsifiable. How could you even falsify it? How could you know if it's false or not when it's with falsy? Because the information, how would you know if you didn't get the shot? It would have been worse or not. How would you know? Well, you can listen to other people who didn't get it. And yeah, some people died. But when you take 5, 6, 7 shots and you've got it 3 times, and all you have to say is, well, I would have got it worse if I didn't get it. How would you know? And do you really think, here's another thing you wouldn't be able to tell. Let's put a face back on here again. You wouldn't know if what would happen if nobody, or they didn't get the shot in time. How much % of the population would have died? Most likely this will be taken down because this is skeptic talking. Would you know? By the way, the goalposts, as Dat Millafunky complains about Christians moving the goalposts, which they do, but so do so-called skeptics. So does your media brainwash you while you're in your bunkers, while your thunkers got stunkered. Or you're up on your live streams in your little cases talking about white privilege. You should be stuffed in a case, you so-called skeptics. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Oh, shame was brought in. No, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Dumb fucks! So, yeah. And whenever I put something up that I have something to say, that it's a disagreement, it disappears from your channels. And Doug, Pinecone Doug, you keep blocking my channels. No wonder the atheist community doesn't like you. One person said he doesn't let other people say what they want to say. No, he deletes your comments. Or if you get one up and you sound a little bit smarter than him, Doug deletes your comments. And all you other so-called atheists are like a bunch of bees. You come out of your hive and attack the weak one. Yeah, you attack Doug. Poor Doug. But Doug is he's so far out there, he doesn't. Anyway, Doug just wants to praise the Lord. Just like Yahweh or Elohim or all these other names for the Lord. Praise God of the Pine Creek. Yes, you have a lot of good points there. You go and you delve into other topics that the other so-called skeptics don't delve into, but don't sound a little bit smarter than Doug. And make sure you let him win in poker. Never played poker with him. But anyway, I'm just being a joker. But don't get poked by the pokers too many times. Ignoring the crimes. That's what you're doing. Let's put a little space on there. But anyway, all I see is a bunch of fake bots on these channels. And, where are we at here? It's nice to see old Christy back again.
It was a very long journey of me really trying to figure out what I believed, but I did eventually come to the conclusion that I just didn't believe in Christian ideologies, and I really didn't believe in God at all. So I did.
The pickle jars of indoctrinations were broken, but it took a lot of time. You have to have the cracks. Once you have the cracks, you're able to get more cracks, and you break free from the pickle jars of indoctrination. But I don't care about to some of you other so-called atheist skeptics, I don't care about your degrees. Dr. Tony gave you fleas. Yes, I don't care about your degrees. Dr. Rich gave you fleas. And you praise his name for it. So I would rather have that on the Skeptic channel. I want to see a bunch of so-called skeptics collide on topics other than Christianity. Where are you? Are you afraid of looking stupid? You afraid of being wrong, losing an argument? The great magician show host who claims he can read the minds of most? Well, I might be making a little bit too noise for the neighbors upstairs. Anyway, I'm so entertained by your so-called skepticism. Oh, and another thing, you like to break down, what's his name? Gordon Peterson, whatever his name is. Jordan Giberson. It's like there are no true skeptics. You all have flaws. So many of you are misguided through man-made laws, including Dr. Tony L. Fawcett's. Where's he been? And where has Biden been hiding? And has Trump been backsliding? Enjoy your ever-expanding clown world, so-called skeptics, atheists, and religious. Atheists, religious, and so-called skeptics. All of your minds have become septic. Yes, enjoy your ever-expanding clown world, because it's you won't know who's right. You all sound smart, but you're evolving right now. And you don't know what you'll be in 10 years from now, or 20, but you are evolving. Have a nice day.